nerdsreviews.com presents Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Yo, we talk about lightsabers, stunning your TV screens, what you want to stream, everything beyond your dreams. Want to talk about movies, sports, or even politics? Go ahead and tune into us, we'll give you all of it. Whatever you're debating, Xbox or PlayStation, Marvel or DC, Mac or PC. Teraflops when the movie drops, gigabytes, chips, RAM, no matter what it is, we got all of it. Welcome to the show.
Nerds Talking, the podcast. Nerds Talking, the podcast, episode 20.
Well, welcome everybody to Nerd Talking the Podcast. I'm your introduction Kevin Villa. We have a very interesting show today. We got 5 people on the show. Well, it's kind of a full house, as you know they say. No, just at the top of the list of Uncle Joey, but Uncle Joey's kind of funny. You know, you tell the puppets and you would say, cut it out. He also do the Popeye impressions. I think we only had one impression because I never heard him really do another impression but Popeye. But I like Popeye. Popeye used to eat spinach and it's good for kids to eat vegetables. So it's a positive message, and that's what the show is about, positivity. So everybody, welcome to Nerd Talking the Podcast. I hope you enjoy.
Welcome to Nerds Talking the Podcast. We have a couple of guests new to the show. And of course, Carlos is here. Carlos, say hello.
Hello.
I'm Lafayette, as you know. And we have Johnny with us. Johnny, say hello.
Hello.
In your native tongue. Say in your native tongue.
Don't get racist on me.
Hello.
No one knows what you are. And we have Chuck the rap star just jumping in like, hey, let me say hello, damn it.
Well, no, I was saying his native tongue. Hello. It's English.
Oh, and that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to say, I am speaking my native tongue. Hello.
That's what I was waiting for, actually.
And no, he throws racism in the picture right away. Oh, my God. And
Wake up, man. Wake up.
Wake up, man.
Get
Hey, you
woke.
know what? That's a good way, good start, because that's our first topic. Is the woke culture.
Jumping right into it.
Right into it. See, look at you. That's why I kind of baited you a little bit. That's why. And I knew you would fall for it real quick. So we're going to go woke culture. And the news, people already know by now, is that Gina Carano, who's on Mandalorian, was fired from the show because of tweets about the Holocaust and LGBTWYC Cincinnati and all that stuff. And it's interesting because that's woke culture. You know, that's that whole, you can't say those things. And what she said was completely effed up, you know, comparing one political group to the Nazis and how they handled the Holocaust. I mean, that's she's just not, that's going to get you fired. But we'll you know, jump around the horn and your woke culture take, because my take is that it's a little hypocritical, right? All of a sudden you're woke to what you might have not have been before. I mean, yeah, you may have not have been so I guess open-minded to certain things, but in the end you still look like a fool if you are all of a sudden, you know, the woke person and you weren't before. I mean, I
think it's a bunch of same people drinking the Kool-Aid. It's a cult. The woke culture.
The woke culture is a cult. So there you go. We got one take. It's a cult. It's interesting. I think the woke culture is very interesting because I don't know many people that are super PC, to be honest. What are those people? Where do they live? Where do they exist? I mean, do you know any of them? Is it something that maybe it's part of your day-to-day, or you know somebody that's very, you know, a Karen? Well, actually, Karens aren't woke.
Karens aren't woke
bitches.
at all.
Yeah,
Karens are the ones
they're
that
the
woke people
opposite.
are against.
Yeah. They're anti-woke. Bitches are asleep. So let's jump around the horn. Go ahead, somebody jump in and just give me their take. Like I said, give me your take on the woke culture, what your viewpoint on is, and do you know anybody that's PC that's very, you can't say that because blah 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 blah. You know.
Well, I don't hang out with much PC people, but the woke culture, in my opinion, is just people just choosing the topic that they want to be serious about. So one person might be serious about it, but as soon as a majority of people catch on, then everybody just starts bandwagoning it. That's how I feel about the woke culture.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means. Woke. I hear it so much, and it's just it's stupid.
Well, you're
I
still
hear-
asleep. You must
It's
still
so
be asleep.
dumb. It's the dumbest
Well,
thing.
woke-
The dumbest term I've ever heard. Woke. Why?
Well,
Just
woke-
because now all of a sudden
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
trying to be
It's-
nice to somebody when in the past you were just a total dick.
It's something to
What-
that
How
effect.
does that make you woke?
It's woke just means
Like,
we're
now
gonna
you're not
call you
making-
out
Well,
on your
well,
bullshit.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like everybody's been woke. They've just been ignoring what the fuck's going on. So as soon as someone gets all
This
up in
is
their
true.
shit, like you just gonna ignore that? Oh no, you're right. You're right. You're right. That's bad. And then they just still just walk away.
Oh, thanks for waking me. Now I'm woke.
The thing is,
Aw, man.
are you permanently woke or are you just woke for the
You're
moment?
temporarily woke.
That's what
You're
I
just
mean.
Woke when it looks good for you to be woke.
I'm still in
Right, Johnny?
hibernation.
God damn it, join the show.
I don't
notes
know.
said
I
the
mean,
word.
at work, you have to be PC, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
But then, like growing up, I mean, you know, you guys know if we did something kind of stupid, what would you say? Ah, you're so gay. And
Right?
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah. That's
Now
a
you
good
can't.
example. That's a good
Yeah.
example. Like you're not woke. It's right there.
You can't say that.
You can't say that. You can't tell your friends, "Oh man, don't be
Oh,
retard,
don't be
bro."
happy. Don't be happy, brother.
Well, no, that's different. You can be happy. You can be happy.
happy.
You know, there's a commercial out there telling people to say hello more often to other people of color. Think about that.
Why
A
do you,
commercial.
You have to be reminded to say hello to people of color.
Yeah, it is a commercial. It plays nonstop if you watch.
They're
NBA
fighting
League
racism
Pass.
one hello
It's
at a
on
time.
where?
Like I saw it on League Pass, NBA League Pass over and over. Then I saw it when I was watching a basketball game on TNT.
Well, that
It
makes
is
sense.
literally a commercial nonstop going, hello, can easily start a conversation with a person of color. I'm like, basically what you're saying is you're going to cure or fix racism by saying hello. Like,
just like on the FIFA games when they had to put all the stop racism banners on
Yeah.
the game.
like it's
Yeah,
too,
but man, those
like,
countries are racist as
Yeah.
fuck.
well, but see,
Jesus
but
Christ.
see, there's such a difference, right? Because those countries are primarily one culture and they want you to assimilate or shut the F up. That's different, right? When you go to a country, for instance, Portugal, where everyone is one culture, they get each other. Everything seems so relaxed. When you're here, over there, the racism is easier. It's easier for them to be racist.
Why? Because you can spot the person who doesn't belong. And
No,
you
it's
just pick them out.
because it's because I think if you're like, look at that guy, everyone's gonna be like, yeah, look at that guy. Like everyone can more or less. It's almost like you get more support, because everybody's the same. Like, yeah, you're right. He doesn't fit in. And over here, when that happens, we're such a melting pot that it's like, that shouldn't exist. Of course, it's going to exist. But
What's funny is that you said it's a melting pot, but there are so many people here who wish they had a strainer. They could strain a certain type out of this pot, man. I see it more and more, especially in the last 4 years, man. It's ridiculous.
I hear you. I hear you. The Koreans, right? They're the ones that want everyone out. Yeah, I hear you. on that one.
Vietnamese.
I mean, they all look the same.
Oh,
Oh
wow! Says the Asian guy.
It's,
We
it's
have
tough
to, yeah,
to
we
be
have to let
woke.
people know that he's.
He said,
like,
it's
who's
tough to
that
be
guy? Who's
woke.
that white guy? Yeah, racist white guy.
Yeah, who's the white Johnny guy? He's a little tough on them Asians. His last name is Lee, people, like Bruce. So
No relation.
no relation.
One-
no relation.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, but at the same time, like my culture is pretty racist too, and then racist to other Asians, and there's a hierarchy, and I mean, thank God we're on the top. I'm just kidding.
I mean, of the math hierarchy,
Have you
guys
let
are
the
definitely-
Chinese people in on this secret that you guys were on top?
Oh,
you
let
know,
them know.
I mean, it's one of those things where when I get presented with a certain stereotype, I'm like, well, it's not that Asian. But when it's a good stereotype, like, oh yeah, I'm good at math too, or
No, you're not. I know you. You're
But
not
you
good at
accept
math.
it. That you should accept good stereotypes.
yeah, why not?
Yeah, because there are no Portuguese stereotypes. When you tell somebody you're Portuguese, they go, "What is that? Where is it located? Are you Mexican? Did you say Puerto Rico? Oh, it's beside Spain, so that's clearly near Canada." Like they have no clue where Portugal is at. Like just about almost every time. People,
Yeah, their geometry is all off.
Oh, but they don't even know what a Portuguese person is. They're just confused. They're like, I finally met one.
Well, that's
I'm like-
true because if you tell them, "Oh, it's next to Spain," oh, you speak Spanish? No, I
Yeah,
don't
right
speak
away.
Spanish.
Oh, you're Spanish. Yeah, como over, yeah. I just start doing Santana music. Just see if they catch on. But yeah, I don't know. The woke culture is interesting because it's also the cancel culture, right? So,
Now,
like
that's
when
the
someone
worst.
gets
That's the
canceled, for instance, Gina Carano, we were just that when she got canned, she's basically canceled. She got also canned from her agency. She ain't
She's
gonna
been
find no job.
blacklisted.
Yeah, she's done.
She's
with
done. She's done.
Yeah.
She has to start fighting again if she wants to do anything.
Yeah, she can't fight. She's the size of an ox.
That's what.
now.
That's why she left.
Yeah. I don't know. She's
Well,
totally. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, people like her though, she shot herself in the foot, and I mean,
Yeah.
she's one of those.
exactly.
Oh, I don't care. I'm gonna do
I
what
mean,
I
did
want, and then it
she?
just came back. Yeah,
We
she
live in
did.
a country
She's
of
been told
freedom of
several
speech.
times to watch
Well,
what
freedom
she
of
says.
speech. Okay,
Freedom of speech is not.
People have to understand. You
don't know
have
what
a
that even
freedom to
means.
say what you want. She has
She
a freedom. She
Even
did say
though
what
she brought
wanted.
up the Holocaust
The
with
pro-
the Jews, she wasn't like, fuck the Jews. I don't care about all you Jews that died. That's not what she said.
No, but that's not the point. You have
Well,
the
that's-
freedom
that's
of
the
speech.
point they're
you have the
taking
freedom
it
of speech
as.
all you want, but your employer can be like, that's not what we want representing us, and you basically represent our brand. So that's the difference. You could talk. She could still say whatever she wants. She can go on forever about it. She has the freedom to do it. You can't be arrested. That's all it really means. You cannot be arrested for freedom of speech. That's all it really means. There's consequences to your actions and words you say. You just cannot be punished for freedom
You can't
of speech.
face consequences from your government. That's what
exactly.
It is.
That's all
Freedom
it
of
is.
speech.
That's what it
Shouldn't
means.
be facing consequences from anybody else as well.
Well, yes, because okay, what if you walked into work and you're like, "Hey, everybody," then you said something about just whatever race you want to pick, like something that you're like, "Holy crap, he just said that," and you just
But
like,
that's not what
lunch?"
she did. She wasn't aiming or disrespecting the Jews. She was just
no. She basically said that Democrats act like Nazis during the Holocaust.
She said something else that was kind of
She
controversial.
did.
Though
She said
it
something
was
about-
like,
well, she said a couple of things, but the latest
she
that
said a
got
lot
her
of
fired
things.
was the
two things
Holocaust
got her
of the
fired.
Jewish
It was
thing.
the Holocaust thing and the LGBTWKRP in Cincinnati thing.
Oh, yeah, that one was good.
Yeah, that one was good.
That one was good.
That one was good. But it's just the thing is,
Hashtag bring Carano back already. Check my Twitter.
in this society, you can't really. You're going to be called out for it. And that's mainly because of social media. You're going to get called out for things of that nature. And there's more people that are going to be against you than for you.
Well, I feel like it's just ridiculous because without social media, people would say, like your reference earlier, like, oh, that shit's gay. That's so gay. You'd say that to whoever or whatever on the streets playing basketball or whatever,
because
and nothing would happen. Your friends wouldn't snitch you out because your friends aren't sensitive.
But think about what you just said, without social media. So what that means is, does she have to put it in social media? Because that's the problem.
Well, she can if she wants to talk to her followers. That's the main she's aiming at. She's stating her opinion to her followers. If you follow her, you should know her personality, right?
Her main problem.
You follow her for a reason.
The woke culture problem is the people that are good. You can say anti-woke, I guess.
I just call them sensitive.
It's politics gets them in trouble. Just don't talk politics, because that's like sticking out in a crowd when you talk politics.
So now you're saying there's a conspiracy with the government and the politics, and that's why she got fired from Disney.
Well, the government has nothing to do with somebody's political views.
It's the Democrats.
They don't.
It's the Democrats.
They don't tell you what to say. No government tells you what to. In this country, you're free to say whatever you want.
That's weird. Donnie got his Twitter shut down.
Well,
didn't you get your Twitter shut down?
If you follow Donald Trump, which I did, which is hilarious. I love following him because he just said the most outlandish things. He definitely deserved.
That's why you followed him. So you were prepared to
get shut down. I mean, he was and the reason he got shut down because he's the president. And when the president says outlandish things, they're like, "Oh my God, you're still harping on this stuff."
Yeah, but he's the president. You don't tell him what to do. He tells you what to do.
No, see, that's just it. Again, you got government wrong. The president has to listen to you. You are the person that put him in power.
Right.
I don't know, man. The government tells everybody what to do every day. You can't just go out and rob a bank tomorrow. Those are rules in place.
What? That doesn't make sense.
Those are rules in place.
Those aren't rules. Those are laws. You can rob a bank, or you're going to get away with it.
I'm just telling you. He said the government don't tell you what to do. Those are laws enforced by who?
I'm confused. The government told you to rob a bank?
No. You can rob the bank, but they're telling you not to.
Okay. That's not the government. That has nothing to do with government. Zero. What are you talking about?
So why would you get in trouble for it?
For robbing a bank?
Why would you get in trouble for it?
Because
Answer the question. Why
you're
would you get in
committing
trouble
a
for it?
crime.
Why is it a crime? Who says it's a crime?
Just about everybody. Everyone.
Who's everyone?
Let's see.
Where's the rules? Where's the rules?
Okay,
written?
wait, hold on.
Who wrote the rules?
We're gonna go around. Johnny, is robbing bank a crime?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so. I didn't pay attention to that part of the academy.
See, but no one's
But I
explaining
heard
to
it's a
me
crime.
why. Why is it a crime?
Why
you
is
can say
robbing
it's a crime
a
all you
bank
want.
a
but
crime?
Why
I mean, I
is it a
see where
crime?
you're going. Why is it a crime? Because there's laws against it. Who makes the laws? The government, right? But
That's where he's going. That's where he's going with it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why there's a government. If there was no government to govern its people, you would basically be
but
living
your
in Mad
argument
Max
is
world.
they don't tell nobody what to do.
They don't tell you what to do. They don't tell you to not rob a bank, do
You
they?
pay your taxes.
No.
Why do you pay your taxes?
You pay your taxes because that's how you get things in the country, roads and so forth.
That's not what it goes down in California. You seen the roads here? You live here.
Good Lord, do you expect
Tax dollars at work? My ass.
Do you expect them to take your money and fix everything like in your street?
That's why they take my
Good
goddamn
Lord,
money, is it
that's
not?
not why they take your money. Your money goes to a million things, not just to roads. And the
Yeah.
point being, the government does not tell you what to do with your life. They don't have no control of you. Your actions, that means you are responsible for your actions, your consequences. They will only act upon your actions. They don't tell you not to rob a bank. You can rob a bank. They never said don't rob a bank. That's not a get. It's not. When's the last time?
It's not enticing.
When's the
to
last
rob a
time
bank.
a politician or a president told you to do something and you said, "Great idea, leader"?
Well, according to everybody in the world, Donald Trump was telling everybody to be racist and all this other stuff not too long ago.
Well, yeah, he was. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back after this on Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Okay, well, that was Chuck the Rap Star, and that was Lafayette, also Nutso. They actually have another show, Taco Tuesdays, which you may have already heard. It's a pretty funny show. Those guys really get the funny ha-has going. And they were talking about the government, and, it depends, the government sometimes help me out, they helped me get an Uber license, and then I became a taxi driver on the moon, and then you might be like, the moon, what are you guys talking about? I don't know. I just think that's what those guys kind of talk about on their show. Anyway, Nerds Talking the podcast.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking the podcast. I'm Lafayette. I'm here with Carlos, Johnny, and Chuck, and we are going to talk about the national anthem in sporting events. Or is it really just in sporting? Is it just in sporting events they primarily play that? Yeah, really, right?
I mean, they don't do it in school anymore.
They never did it. They never
They
did
used to
it.
do it at the beginning of the day.
Never when I was.
Allegiance.
No, Pledge of Allegiance is different. Yeah, they did that at the beginning
Oh,
of school.
shit.
But they never. I never had the national
you
anthem.
thought a bunch of kids were just
My
singing
bad.
their ass off.
Yeah,
My bad. I forgot. Sorry.
No, but
Yeah.
in Canada they did.
In Canada it's different.
For every class.
Yeah, they
Have,
had.
yeah.
That's
They
called
had,
that's called diehard patriotism, baby.
Yeah. Now they don't do it here. Pledge. I don't think they do it in schools anymore. Here, Pledge of Allegiance.
No,
Nah, they don't.
Not
It's
anymore.
It's because, well, that falls into what our last topic was, the woke culture. Because
religion.
people are saying it's like you're pledging to the country, like
Well,
like
no, they got rid of it way before the woke culture because I think we stopped.
no,
doing
no,
it
no.
when I
What
was,
I'm
like, in
trying to
fourth
say
grade.
is, it's the same thing. They got rid of it because it falls in line with like communism. Like you're making people pledge to something that they're like, I don't know.
I
I
mean,
think
you're-
the initial controversy on that was because the word God was in it.
Yeah. One
Yeah,
nation
that's
under
right.
God.
And that's right. Religious freedoms, and you can't have that. That's right.
Right.
And then
Gotta
a bunch of people
separate
were like,
state.
what about Buddha? What about
Yeah,
Allah and
Mhm.
all that shit?
that's right.
Well, that's just it. God is just a general term, right? I mean,
No, he
Allah
looks
is
like
a
Santa
god.
Claus. So he's a skinny Santa Claus. So, so national anthem in sports. I mean, I feel like national anthem in sports is a waste. I think it's dumb. I think it's I don't know.
it is dumb. I don't know why they play before sporting events. It makes no sense to me at all.
to
What-
honor America
For what purpose?
Why?
because you're here in America.
What does that
watching
have
a
to do with
So
what
sporting
then,
game I'm
event?
so
about
then
to
why
watch?
don't they play the national anthem when you walk into Sizzler?
Yeah, I'm eating in America.
Why isn't it just playing all the time?
Well, they do
That's
that.
like
They do that.
Germany.
They do that in the
Over
morning before their
loudspeakers
shift
in the
starts.
street. Yeah.
They play that in the morning when they open.
Like that's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't serve. It's stupid. I mean, I already know I'm in the United States. Like, just play basketball. Damn it. You know, I mean, Johnny's a former military man. What's your take on that?
I don't know. I thought it was cool. I mean, I will say that before I joined the military, I didn't give a shit. It was my time to go to the bathroom, time to get a hot dog or whatever. But now, you know, if they play it, I'm putting my hand on my chest and America.
Oh, don't get me wrong. When they play it, it's like, you know, it's like what, 90 seconds, whatever it is. Who cares in that aspect? But I think it's just it's more like, is it necessary at sporting events? That's all. It's not like it's a nuisance because most people are in line for something or going to the restroom. They're not paying attention.
Well, that's what's funny is that it was never really a big deal until the Kaepernick thing. Once Kaepernick took a knee, that's when everybody was so concerned about the national anthem. But people have been taking a knee during the national anthem far before Kaepernick because they're taking a knee while they're tying their shoes, like Johnny said, picking up a hot dog and a beer while the national anthem is on. Some other guy is shaking his dick off after he pissed during the national anthem, but nobody's saying anything about that, and nobody's at home standing up during the damn national anthem when it's on TV.
I mean, to be honest,
it's just
stand up.
formality. It's
first of all,
ridiculous.
you don't stand up because they don't show the national anthem on TV. Second off,
they do show it on. They show at the beginning of the sports game. Sometimes
they do not, because that's commercial time. You got to fill that ad space. That's a waste.
It depends on who's performing.
All the famous singers that
well,
sing
if you're talking about Super Bowls, yeah, it's different.
What are you talking about?
When you watch
at some basketball games, some famous singer sings it, or they have some local person sing it. It's
what I'm trying to say is when you're watching a Kings game, you never see the national anthem. You watch a Laker game, they don't show the national anthem. They literally take the pregame show all the way up to tip off. They don't care. That's just filling.
All right, we're not talking about TV though.
That's not the point though. The point being, at sporting events, like I sit down most of the time during the national anthem.
You got bad knees.
I'm just sitting there like, and nobody cares. No one looks at me like, what are you doing there? You ain't American.
I mean, you're handicapped though. That's
and
different.
I'm like, you know, it's like, you know, I just look at them. I'm Canadian. Like, I'm sorry.
So when they played Canada, do you sit down as well?
Oh, I stand up. I scream at the top of my lungs, brother. I grab an American. I grab an American. I punch him in the face.
Yeah.
That's how it works, man.
I get super aggravated because I'm like, I thought this was a hockey game. You know?
Yeah, that's perfect.
And but I don't know. Like I said, I just feel like it's like if you don't show up in time, they don't let you in. Sorry, sir, you didn't make the anthems. You can't come in. You know, it's just, I don't know. I think at sporting events, it's pointless. Like, we're bringing this up because Mark Cuban told everybody, we're not playing anymore of the national anthem before Mavericks games. There's no point to it. The NBA came out and said, oh, buddy, the rules are the rules. You got to play the anthem no matter what. So he went back on that. So, but he kind of saw it as, I don't see the point. It doesn't benefit anyone that shows up. People aren't paying attention. Who gives a turd? So a little 12-year-old girl wants to sing it, and that's her big shot in life.
Well, the people that do pay attention
I'm pretty sure
are the Karens and the so-called woke. They want to all of a sudden they want a voice. So if you're not doing it, they're gonna.
I'm pretty sure the original reason why the national anthem's been played at sporting events goes back to baseball after the World War.
Oh yeah, 100%. That makes sense because baseball is. I mean,
baseball's America's sport, buddy.
Pastime, because you can fall asleep after the second inning, wake up in the eighth, and
well, if you Googled that and you had the legitimate reason why they did it at sporting events, why didn't you say it, buddy?
Here we go. Hey, but I don't know, Johnny, what's your take? Do you want to go to any more sporting events where they instead they play Bon Jovi?
Now, what if they didn't play anything? What if like when I played, like when we played sports and we just showed up, we got ready for the game and we started. That was it.
I mean, that's the thing,
Johnny,
too.
you were in the military.
Yeah.
How would you react if you showed up for a sporting event all of a sudden and there's no national anthem? Would anyone even notice? Well, I mean, if all of a sudden everyone came out and just an umpire screamed "play ball" and all of a sudden we're playing, would anybody even notice? Would they? I mean, I'm sure after the first time they might go, "We're missing something." I mean, didn't we?
People would notice. People would notice.
I think after the first one or two games, but after that, I don't think they're noticing anymore. Johnny, what do you think? I mean,
I think it kind of depends on your love for that sport or the team. I mean, if the River Cats said we're banning the national anthem, I'm gonna ban the River Cats because I don't.
No, but what if they don't say anything? What if they don't let you know anything? They just play the game. They don't let anybody know the national anthem will not be played. They will just play a game. That's it.
I mean, honestly,
because
I don't
mean,
think you
think
would
about it.
notice. I mean, because it happens. I don't know, before they announce the players, because they're still going to do that, the starting lineups and whatnot.
Right.
But if it didn't happen beforehand, I don't think it would get noticed afterwards, especially on social media.
Well, no,
Yeah.
right. I think people would go, I think they forgot something, but would it bother you?
I guess it would bother me in the aftermath, what kind of reasoning they had. If it was a foresight, just like, oh, someone forgot to schedule it or play it or whatever, or if they're like taking a stand for whatever reason, and then what that reason is, it would affect my feeling. I mean, if they, I guess I support the people that take a knee. They're protesting, but then I also support the people that it offends. You'll see the memes with the person taking a knee and right behind them there's a veteran with his leg blown off. I mean, that's a pretty powerful picture, and then I can understand why both of them are offended. But I mean, the national anthem isn't the reason why the person's protesting. They're just trying to do their part. Or
Oh my! You sure it's not a country song? All right, we're gonna take a break. He's like, "Well, I never knew this." I got a text from Chuck. He actually asked to cut out early, so that's all right. We have another person joining the show. Marie will be here right after the break here on Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Well, there we go, everybody. I usually stand for most anthems, no matter what the anthem could be. It could be made by Pitbull when he had that song, Shot, Shot, Shot. I stand for that one because if I sit down drunk, I'm probably going to fall on my butt. So, well, actually, you know what? I should sit down if I'm drunk. Just thought about that. I don't want to stand up. I'll probably fall on my butt. So anyway, thanks for Chuck the Rap Star for coming into the show. And we have Marie joining us here after the break on Nerds Talking, the podcast. Hope everybody enjoyed Taco Tuesdays. Come on, the Nerd Talking Network.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking, the podcast. Here with Carlos, Johnny, and Marie has joined us as she has been on the show.
Hello.
A few times. There she is. And Chuck has bounced out, so we got a replacement right away, right off the bench. Here she comes in the game. Substitute.
Better.
Oh, okay. Well,
Bam.
improve.
I didn't hear anything
Bam.
you said, but I already know it's better.
Wow, already.
All right.
See that female empowerment right there? See that?
woke as
Champion
fuck.
here.
And when Chuck hears this, he'll be like, hashtag me too. He's gonna feel like, what happened? But
Made
it's all
space
good.
for the token female.
There you go. We have a topic here everybody probably could definitely chime in on, and it's basically about what is your worst job you ever had? The experience, you just hated it. It doesn't matter. It is, even if it paid well, you just hated this job so much, like you just couldn't wait to get out of it. What job is that? Anybody? Johnny, you start us off. What is the worst job you ever had besides being Carlos's friend?
Well, I think it was my first job being a paper boy. I would say.
yeah.
I mean, at the time, it was great because I thought I was making money, but then when I realized like how much real people make, it was just a slap in the balls.
Wait, how old were you?
13, 14, something like that.
Yeah. And he learned what real people made.
Yeah. So I rode my bike around and I delivered at 5 in the morning.
Oh yeah.
And then if somebody's sprinklers are broken and they messed up their paper, I'm riding back 4 miles to hand them this paper because of their shitty plumbing. And then when it came to time to collect, every once in a while I get like $2 tip, maybe $3, but for the most part, it was right on the money.
Yeah, so you don't make anything. Yep. I remember those days. Marie, what's your worst job you ever had that you just were like, God damn, I can't wait for this shit to end?
I've had so many of those jobs. So for me, it's more like, what job have I actually liked? I've had every shitty job you could think of.
But which one was the shittiest?
I worked, I don't know.
Okay, we'll come back.
I really, you put me on the spot.
We will come back to you. Chuck would have had an answer by now.
Them positively.
Carlos,
Can you say it was better because you were here?
Carlos, you're up to bat now.
Interesting.
I think my worst job is when I worked at a collections agency.
What was bad about it?
I don't know. I just talking to these people that really couldn't afford their bills. I mean, there's nothing you could do to help them, but you were trained to basically harass them to pay you. And so that was kind of, I mean, I was pretty good at it, but I just didn't like the job.
What did you threaten these people with?
Yeah. What was a line you would tell them? Like, I don't have the money this month.
Oh no, you weren't allowed to threaten them.
Well, I know that, but what was like some things you would say that would sound like you are threatening them in a sense?
Well, here's what you were taught to do: deflect everything that they say to you and blame the attorney. I mean, the company had like an attorney on retainer, so you could always use him as a reference. So if somebody says, "Oh, I can't pay you this month," well, then I'm gonna have to turn this over to the attorney. They might come after you for the whole thing now, and just go that route. You're blaming the attorney so they don't get angry at you, and then you try to calm them and tell them, all right, well, let me go to the attorney and see what I can do. Then you put them on hold for about 5 minutes, and you come back, and hopefully they've calmed down and try to work something out.
What did the attorney say?
He didn't say anything.
No, I'm just there's no attorney.
No attorney.
Back to Marie. She's finally had time to figure it out. Nope. She has thought about it.
Oh, but the company I did work for, they broke a lot of laws, man. A lot of laws. Because near the end, before the company shut down, they used a phone dialer, which actually is used now, which is also illegal. That when companies call you with those spam calls, they use a phone dialer that will show you a local number, like a 916 or wherever you're from, and they're actually calling from, like, say, Florida or Texas.
Of course, I get that all the time.
That's
I'd
illegal.
rather
That's
answer
not
a
allowed.
block number than a 916 number now.
No kidding, right?
Yeah.
So we were doing that, and we would call. Obviously, our accounts were not all from California; they're all out of state as well, and so they had a dialer that would dial the local area code. That's not legal. Then they kept one guy pent up in a soundproof room, and he would act as if he was an FBI agent from time to time when he was looking for somebody.
I
it was so illegal.
That.
You can't. But they would just scare people and trying to get paid, and that's why the company's no longer in business.
Like something the cops would do.
Yeah, Johnny.
Oh wait, Johnny is not he's homeless. He's homeless. He's homeless. He's homeless.
What would cops do?
Lie.
Oh,
you must be woke as fuck.
More like yoked.
One time I had a cop plant drugs on me that he took off of me in the first place. It was not cool. I told him, you took them off of me. I'm innocent now. He's like, oh, well, take them back. I was like, you son of a bitch. You got me. The worst job I had is one day job. Literally one day. I worked for Ben & Jerry's.
Did you really?
What? How is it terrible?
I didn't know that.
Ben & Jerry's ice cream for one day. Now,
what was
this is when I lived in the Bay Area, and I was like, I want a new job. I'm not working golf anymore. I'm done with it. And I got hired as a merchandiser for Ben & Jerry's, where I go to like Albertsons and grocery stores. I just merchandise it, take it out of the fridge, put it in the aisle freezer.
Eat it.
They gave me boots. They gave me everything I needed, knee pads, all that stuff. Well, I pull up to the first store. This guy trains me. He's like, this job's really easy. All you do is just, fill the coolers up and rotate the ice cream from the old stuff to the front, new stuff to the back. Okay, cool. Did it for 8 hours. I looked at him at the end of the day. He's like, what do you think about tomorrow? I said, not tomorrow. He's like, what do you mean? My knees are killing me. How do you do this? My back hurts like hell. I am not doing this anymore. He's like, one day the next day I drove straight to the office with my new boots, said, take these back and tell Ben and Jerry to shove it up their ass. I'm going straight to Briars and game over. I mean, my knees and my back were just murdered. I thought that guy I was working with did it for like 15 years. And he was about 5'8" and weighed like 350 pounds. Think about it. And he's doing this stuff. He must be in pain all the time. No
Even
way.
the supply.
No. He basically, when he went to the back to pull the ice cream out, he was there for like an extra 30 minutes. I was like, what are you doing?
A case of ice cream per day.
They told me I had to try it first, make sure it was good.
You know, he started 15 years ago. He started the job at like 120 pounds.
Yeah, that was my worst job, mainly because just number one, I couldn't see myself doing it after one day. And I was like, this is not for me. What the hell was I thinking? Like, and it paid well. It paid like to start, it was like $19, right? Just merchandise stuff. And I was like, nope, I don't care. You can pay me as much as you want per hour. I will not merchandise your ice cream. All right, Marie, you're up. No, nothing.
You even have a job?
Yeah. What is your job at the moment? What do you do?
I stare at the computer screen.
Uh-huh.
I shouldn't say that. No, I shouldn't say that. I work for the state.
Okay. Do you like your job?
I do actually work.
But do you like your job?
Just
say yes, because
better than every other job I've ever had.
Okay, so pick one of those other jobs. Pick any of them.
Okay, so I think the worst job I've ever had, it wasn't so much the job itself, it was the owner. He was just he was a jerk, and he was rude. He wouldn't come through on the things he said he would come through on. I was for a mortgage company, home financing, refinancing, whatever. He sexually harassed me on a regular basis. It was yeah.
That'll do it. Yeah, that'll make you that'll make you hate your job. Yeah, that'll. Okay, I guess you didn't really have to mention your job. You mentioned me too. Wow, that went a little far.
Oh, see, you kept asking. I didn't want to say it. I just kept trying to beat around the bush, but you just kept trying. And now look, shit just got deep.
I'm not gonna lie. I had a joke right there, and I just left it alone. So I thought maybe that's what he was saying. The bush, yeah. That's a joke that guy said.
That's what her boss would say. Stop harassing me.
Oh man, just okay. Yeah, but I hear you. I mean, a job can be good when you get there on paper, and your boss can be the worst. You know. So yeah, no, that's well, there we go. I had one time a boss call me, and I just pulled up from home. My job was like always on the road, and he asked me if I was in Africa at the moment, and what am I doing in Africa? I was like, excuse me. Are you in Africa right now? I was like, Africa? Man, I just pulled up to my house. What are you talking? Because our work phones and vehicles had GPS on them. And I was like, Africa? And he's like, yeah, you in motherfucking Africa right now. I was like, what? Dude, I'm in Redondo Beach, California, where I live. I'm at home. I just pulled up. So you're not in Africa. Like, he didn't understand anything I was saying, as if I was speaking a different language. I was like, no, I am not in Africa right now. And he's like, okay. And then I was like, I'm Bundunde. And I hung up. Oh, man. That's good times. All right, we'll take a break here on Nerds Talking the podcast. Johnny's worst job. I was going to say, your worst job was a paperboy. I had that route. I think it was the same route, to be honest. I'm pretty sure it was the same route. Carlos Carlos had, Carlos was a paperboy for one day. And he got bit by a dog.
Got bit by a dog.
Was it your dog? Was it Chico?
No, it was.
How was that not your worst job?
It was a boxer, because it wasn't even my job. I was filling in for somebody.
You're filling in. I think you're filling in for Paul and myself.
For Paul, yeah. And so I went, and this boxer like snuck up on me. He had his head down. He was sneaking up on me, and I saw him. And then I had my bike down, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna get on the bike real quick, and I'm gonna pedal as fast as I can. So as I swung my leg over the bike to get it on the other pedal, he grabbed my ankle.
And see, how was that not your worst job?
It wasn't my job.
Put the dog down.
But you got attacked by a dog. Like, on day one.
I've been bitten 5 times. Not by that dog, by 5 different dogs.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll be right back here on Nerds Talking the podcast.
One time I had a job where I had to deliver, with the newspapers, I had to deliver milk. But the problem was, I had to like walk around with the cow on like a leash, and then I would deliver the milk right there on the porch. into the bottle. But one day I forgot to bring a cat with me. I totally mistaken, and I brought a dog with me. So, well, you can put the red together with a male dog. And you don't drink that milk. That's not good to drink that milk right there. Anyway, and that's the worst job I've had, but it's pretty close. So, it's a little wild, but I'm not in Africa. Nerds Talking the Podcast.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking the Podcast. Here with Carlos, Lafayette, myself. Johnny's here with us, and Marie's with us. And we're going to talk about, Johnny, we're going to talk about something Johnny brought up. Because first, what's your dream car? If you could have any car you wanted, what car would it be? I don't know. I'm not a car guy. So, Johnny, what is your dream car?
I'll be honest with you. I'm pretty simple. Toyota Camry, the new one.
Don't you have a Toyota Camry now?
No, I traded it in for a Highlander.
Wait a second.
Highlander. Oh, the family car.
You wanted to talk about your dream car? The Toyota Camry is your dream car? Not a Tesla, not a...
It's got all the bells and whistles. I drove a Lamborghini for my bachelor party.
I don't want a Lamborghini as a day-to-day car.
Yeah, you can't pick up groceries in that.
No.
I got to drive one too, and they're kind of
your dream car would definitely have to be your day-to-day car, for sure. But a Camry, I mean, is it because the warranty?
It's a luxury style, and then ever since high school, I've only driven a Toyota, for whatever was passed down to me.
Yeah.
I just stuck with it. I know where all the buttons are.
That's why it's more familiarity. It's just feeling comfortable in the Toyota Camry.
Yeah.
Very good. So, wow, we have a Toyota Camry on the board. Carlos, what is your dream car? Just say anything like the next level up from a Camry.
My dream car would be, if possible, would be Kit. Kit would be my dream car.
Wait, you picked a freaking Trans Am?
I did. A talking Trans Am.
I mean, but Kit's crappy. It's a crappy car.
Why is he crappy? I could fall asleep. He could take me wherever I wanted. He would drive me there.
So you basically want a chauffeur that can talk to you.
That's fine. That's fine. But I want Kit because he's indestructible. He's bulletproof.
Actually, one episode he blew up. Mm-hmm. And he might turn evil. I saw that episode. He might turn evil on you.
He didn't turn evil. He had a twin brother named Cat. He did.
And then Hasselhoff had a mustache, right?
I remember that.
Evil Hasselhoff had a mustache.
So what if you get to drive it one day and it's Cat?
But you can't because Cat had a silver stripe on the bottom and Kit was all black.
These are the chances you take.
That's how you know. You gotta know these things.
There's no evil Camry. Johnny's safe. There's no evil Camry. And did you want a hybrid Camry? I want to ask that question real quick. You want the hybrid version or what model are you looking for?
just the top of the line Camry.
The fully loaded Camry.
Yeah. I mean, you can ask me my worst car, but they're all Toyotas. They've all been pretty good.
Okay, so we got Kit.
Does this thing have backup assist or anything? Does it have
they all have that. Camera? We have a 1980s Trans Am that has technology that
it's indestructible.
It can jump in the air. It's super fast because it's put these little wings out on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it talks to you. Right. What else? Oh, I think didn't it have GPS in it too? I think it had
GPS. That's how it could get to wherever it needed to without me even driving. I could fall asleep.
Right. And then so we have a Camry, a current one. So we say 2021 fully loaded Camry hybrid. We have a indestructible Trans Am. Marie, dream car?
I didn't know we were going into Fantasyland, but
I didn't either, to be honest. I thought we were talking about real cars, but
no, you said
took it
car.
there.
It's a real car. You look it up. You find
it's a real car. It doesn't
red
have
light in the front, and
it doesn't have. So you just want the actual car, no gizmos involved.
I want Kit.
You get Cat. All right, Marie.
I can work with Cat. We'd probably be on the same page. We'd try to take over the world. Go ahead, Marie. You're up.
I don't know. Could I choose to be able to teleport instead, not have to drive, not have to worry about it?
That's not a car.
That's not a car.
Who makes that?
Yeah, I know. Right? I want the Starship Enterprise. You can have it.
I need a car, an actual car.
The 18 van. Say the 18 van.
That's a horrible car. Like a homeless person's, like a hoarder's car. What?
Yeah, I want a van with blacked out windows,
A red stripe on the side.
carpet,
And my driver with a big black man with a lot of gold chains.
I want an ice cream truck.
full of candy.
All right, Marie, you're on the
Pity the fool.
you're on the clock here.
I gave you an answer. I don't know. I like my car. I have a Volkswagen. I just have
Oh,
a
there you go.
Volkswagen
A
GT. I like
fucking
my car.
Volkswagen. We got a Toyota. We got a Volkswagen.
Wait, is it a Jetta?
No, it's a GTI.
Ah, yes. So if it's
So I
Black
like-
one?
GTI.
Is it the black one?
Mhm.
You still have that thing?
Of course.
Okay, we have a
Why would
Jetta.
I get rid of it? It's
Okay.
great. It's
Okay,
good.
listen. You had a okay.
Carlos, what was your
Yeah.
worst car?
You guys had
My
a-
Hyundai XL.
that thing was a
My
piece
very
of shit.
first car was a Hyundai XL.
It was
It had a
was,
broken engine mount, so when it went over 50 miles an hour, it shook like a motherfucker.
Wasn't it also salvaged?
It was. The guy who
That's
sold it to
right.
me didn't tell me.
Didn't you have a
Mhm.
Prelude? Or
No,
a
I had a
Pulsar or
Nissan
something? What
It
was
was
the
a
black
Pulsar.
Pulsar or some shit
My little
like that.
tiny kit. It looked like a little.
It looked like Kit.
Yeah.
Remember that car?
That was cool.
What a piece
That
of
was
dirt.
a
He always
cool
took the
car.
T-tops off. Oh, look at my
Yeah.
T-tops. And then you had to put them somewhere, which is a lame
back
as
seat.
shit. Nah, and then no one can sit in the back seat.
The Japanese car. Nobody's gonna sit in the back unless you were Japanese, because they're
Oh.
shorter people. I was too tall. Slide the seat all the way back. Nobody's sitting behind me.
Okay, so we got a Jetta. No, a Jeep.
Not Jetta.
Let's just say
GTI.
Volkswagen. We got a Toyota on the board. Who makes Trans Ams? Was that
Pontiac.
was it Pontiac? You're right. Pontiac. We got a Pontiac. I mean, it's a dream car, people. We got
That
like
is a dream car.
got
Where
things
you're
we can
dreaming,
pull off
that's
the
what
lot
I'm
down the
dreaming.
street.
No,
We
man.
You can probably get these cars from You Pull It. Like,
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't know too much about cars, so even though it was my
you.
subject,
I hate you. Why did you show up?
But
When,
even as a kid, you must have wanted a different car. Like even as a kid, I wanted like the red Testarossa. You know, the Ferrari Testarossa. I don't know why.
I
That
don't
one.
know.
I liked it.
This has not gone the way I
But
thought.
nothing beats Kit. Nothing
Wow.
beats.
I
Kit.
mean, Kit is winning for sure.
he is. Yes, he beats a
Kit is in it.
Volkswagen and a Toyota.
Well, the Pulsar's in last place.
But that was just my car. It wasn't my dream car. I owned the car.
You
At the
loved it
moment.
at the time,
Yeah,
though.
you loved it at the
I
time.
loved it. Mhm.
Yeah.
It had rim. It had low profile tires, big bass speakers in the back.
Okay,
That was
my dream
beautiful.
car, if we're playing fantasy dream car all of a sudden, is gonna easily be the DeLorean.
Yes.
I can go back in time.
Oh.
You know, I can go back
That's
in time.
true.
I can go to the enchanted.
Go back in time and buy Bitcoin when it was a 50
Yep,
cent.
exactly. Yeah, and I can also go to the enchanted dance under the sea and
That's right. Play the
And,
guitar if you wanted.
do what?
Go see those people in the mountains.
Play Johnny Be Good.
Oh, that's right.
That
I
could
mean,
be
it's
you
just,
up there.
I could go. I could take it to go like see if the Bible is real. Like I could do a lot with that car. And you picked a car
So
that
which
talks to
version
you.
would you take?
Which
What about
version?
Bumblebee?
Yeah, from Back to the Future 1 or Back to the Future
Transformers,
2?
I'll take number 2.
Mm,
Matter of
good
fact, you know
choice,
what? F
good
all that.
choice.
Give me the train from part 3.
Oh, no. Nobody wants
Yeah,
to-
roll up in the train. Who rolls
So
up in
limited
trains?
where you can go.
Who
You
rolls
can't
up
show
in
up-
trains?
You can't show up in biblical times with a
I mean,
train. There's no
think with-
tracks.
I think with any car. You can People are like, what the hell is that?
That's different. You can at least drive it wherever you wanted, right? Can't put a
you could-
train.
when you get out, they're like, what is that? To be honest, God created everything, right? So he made this too, I guess. So bam.
Bill and Ted, they rode through an elevator or something like that.
No, it was
Oh,
a phone booth.
Oh,
Did you want a phone booth since you want to teleport and stuff?
Well, there you go. Yeah.
I mean, if we're playing, let's just play Marie's game. I just want a cape like Superman.
why is this my game? Carlos started it.
Oh no, but you took it where there's no vehicle. You were just like,
I don't really care about cars that much. It's not really a
Like,
big deal to me. I
ah.
like Johnny said, I'm simple. I don't really need a lot. I like my Volkswagen. I'm gonna run it into the ground. I just learned how to change my own oil. I can do a bunch of stuff on it. I don't need another car.
Okay, well, dream car. Okay, so we got 2 real cars and 2 fantasy cars, and somebody brought up Bumblebee. Somebody wants
did.
that.
Who said
Somebody
Bumblebee?
wants.
Oh,
Marie said she wants a 80s bug. And,
I drive one of those.
but she really wants the robot in disguise. It's really what she wants.
mm.
I just don't want to drive.
Oh, so you should
Hey,
have just
get
said
Kit.
get Kit. Goes right back to Kit, Knight Rider.
Full
All right, well,
circle.
We'll take one final break. We'll be right back after this on Nerds Talking the Podcast.
So if you had a chance to get a dream car, like Johnny said, and then he's like, I want to get a Camry, a Toyota Camry. I mean, come on, man. You could do better than that, like a Nissan Altima, maybe even a Ford Focus, because then you can focus on the road when you're driving. But a Toyota Camry, I don't understand what you're doing there. Then a Volkswagen. Man, you have a chance to get a dream car, and you just pick regular cars? Man, I just pick some crazy car. I make a car up. Remember that car Homer Simpson made in The Simpsons? Had the bubble and the gum in it? Anyway, Nerds Talking the Podcast, everybody. Right back to the show.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking the Podcast, here with Carlos, Johnny, Marie, and Lafayette is myself, and Chuck bailed early. So our topic is going to be habits you had as a child that you no longer wouldn't even think of doing, or it's like little things. Like I thought about this at the grocery store. I walked by the cereal aisle and I saw all my favorite cereals as a child: Fruity Pebbles, Captain Crunch. And I thought, man, I will not eat that stuff anymore. I'm now Mr. Cornflakes and Special K, and because I'll buy a box of Fruity Pebbles like once a year, almost like I'm celebrating something, and I'll eat it all in one sitting. And I'm like, that's why I can't buy this stuff. I just ate a whole box of sugar.
But it was delicious, right?
Oh, goddamn, it was good.
Bite.
Like, it was the best thing ever. Oh my God, if I could eat that every day, I would. Well, that's what I'm saying.
You're an adult.
Well, yes, that's the topic. You just did it. You just end the conversation. Okay, you know what? Thanks for tuning in. God damn you. Anyway, so that's what we're about, habits as a child that you might think you won't even bother trying anymore, or things you did as a child that you're like, nah, hell no, I won't do that, or you don't want to think about it anymore. Marie, you start us off.
I feel like I'm the most boring person in the world today because I still do the things that I did when I was a kid. I'm a terrible adult.
So what do you do?
I bought a bunch of cereal today.
Marie doesn't know how to adult.
Cereal today. And I didn't say that because I just bought a bunch of cereal and I ate like a whole pizza to myself in 2 days, and I'm not a good adult. I still do the thing.
So Marie's disqualified.
Dinner. I eat pizza for breakfast. Like
Oh, Johnny, you're up.
I used to lie all the time for no damn reason. I remember in like second grade, my teacher was showing us pictures of a trip she took to Holland, and she asked the class, has anyone else been to Holland? I fucking raised my hand. I was the only one. I was like, oh shit. And she started asking me questions like, how was the food? It's all right. Oh, what did you guys see? Oh, just stuff. It was cool. And then, not thinking like they're gonna have parent teacher meetings and shit, and she's gonna ask my mom how Holland was. But luckily for my mom's English was all bad, and she's like, Holland? He didn't do his homework? Like, so I was pretty safe. She didn't know geography.
So your thing is lying then? Like
it was back then. I'm pretty honest now.
How do you get over that? I feel like I know a lot of people who never get over that.
I think I did it to be cool or to impress whatever girl was in my class.
Like I said, people never get over that. I feel.
Well, I mean, once you get married and you don't have to impress no one no more.
Oh yeah, is that what it is?
Is that how you get married? You gotta lie.
Well, a little
bit. Good point. He lied to get married, and he's like, I worked. I don't need to lie anymore. I can drop the charade.
I mean, my match profile. I'm a big ass liar. I love to go hiking. I love reading novels, and my picture is in uniform from like 20 years ago.
Yes. But I think that is the worst. Like you just said, the profile thing is first of all, I love to read. Come on. Come on, drop the act. All right, Carlos, give me a habit or something you did as a child, or you're like, no way in hell I'll ever try that again, or don't even bother. I mean, Johnny, he's sworn off lying. He's just done with it. Marie, she's still a kid. And Carlos?
Well, when I go to the bathroom, I don't let my pants go all the way down to my ankles when I pee.
That's not a bad. That's not. You know what?
No, that's a legit thing. When I was
legit.
I don't know, maybe like 10 years ago, I was working somewhere, and then I looked in the mirror when I was washing my hands, and I see some dude's butt cheeks. So his pants were down to the ground like a little child. I'm like, oh.
What do you guys think of that person who does that? Obviously, I don't know anything about it. So when you see a guy and his pants are down and you see the butt cheeks at the urinal, what do you think? What kind of judgments are you thinking about this person?
Oh, that he's a little child.
Yeah.
That he's probably still
Something's not
breastfeeding.
right upstairs.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I don't ever see that, to be honest. I don't.
You never saw that when you were a kid?
No. I mean, now I don't see adults necessarily
Exactly.
doing that.
Thank you. Prove my point. Don't do that anymore.
But that's just an odd one. You do like it's an odd one. Like I
don't know. Maybe he was trying to show off to me.
Like for instance, I used to jump ramps as a kid on a BMX, and if someone gave me a bike and said, "Hey, jump that ramp now," I'd be like, "Yeah, buddy, I'm
bills
sorry."
to pay.
Yeah.
You know what? I did think of one now that you said it.
I dropped my pants all the way to my ankles when I pee.
What's that?
Leave me alone.
I used to sneak out of my house all the time. I can't believe I used to do that shit. Like I'm so small and I would walk around in the neighborhood in like the worst neighborhoods at midnight and stuff. I can't believe I did that. I was so dumb. Now
Why
I'm
were you sneaking out?
in my own apartment.
Why were you sneaking out?
Because I was an asshole.
But not to like hang out with friends or anything?
Yeah.
Oh, well then that's a little bit different. I mean, yeah,
But
obviously
it was so
it's dangerous.
It was
for
so
sure.
dangerous. I can't believe I would do any of that now.
Yeah, between the criminals and the lying cops, I mean, that's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't even want to hear it. Cops are assholes. They're worse than the people that I knew, I swear.
Somebody got a
Wait a
ticket.
second. Wait a second. Marie doesn't
Somebody got
know.
a ticket.
Marie doesn't know we have a police officer in the midst.
Oh, I already knew. Well, I mean,
Oh,
I
that's
didn't
right.
know, but you guys said it when I first logged in.
That's right.
But I don't
Johnny,
have
Johnny,
enough
you got
experience with
your little booklet for tickets. Can you give her a ticket for, I don't know, for just
not
make
being
something up.
woke.
Make something up, you liar.
Yeah, well,
Let me get my red card. Let me get my yellow card. Let me get my whistle.
Oh wow, we're doing soccer references. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, things like I said, as a kids, kid habit. Like if you see, like say you see a kid doing something, you think, man, I used to do that. Like I would
Do
never.
you still
do that.
pick your nose? Like like just dig it in there? Like you
Oh,
did as a kid?
I mean, yeah, I still do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
In public? I
No,
mean,
Yeah,
not
no,
in public.
I do it. I do when I'm driving,
And then you chew on it, you give it a little
I mean, no.
I know you did as a kid. We all did.
I don't know what you're talking
Don't
about.
look away, John.
I don't know what you're talking
about.
That's disgusting. I would never eat boogers.
You're a liar. Everybody's
That's
tried it.
disgusting. Marie, have you tried
Salty
eating your own
little treats,
boogers?
Boy, I tell you what.
Why are you asking me this?
Because he said everybody's tried it.
And I said everyone's done it.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you.
Boom. Everyone's
Thank
done
you.
except for me. Cool.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm woke.
Bullshit.
I'm woke, suckers. I stay woke. Oh
Hey,
man.
you can't call them boogers no more. They're nasal refugees or some shit.
I like that. I like nasal refugees.
Nasal
That's
scaling.
actually pretty good. What do you call it? Nasal fugitives.
There it
Just
is.
they're trying to
Refugees
stay.
is probably not.
They're not really fugitives.
Not
Yeah,
PC.
refugees is better
That's not
because
PC, man.
they're trying to stay in your nose. They don't want to necessarily come out.
They're trying to take my jobs. And
You know, one thing about boogers is no matter how many times you take them out, just keep showing back up.
They come back.
They don't give
They're
a
to
crap.
protect you.
They're like cockroaches,
Yeah.
man.
They're like they're like farts, man. Just let one out. Someone else is gonna move right in. So just
Wait,
that
hold on.
works.
I have a question for you guys. Do you guys fart in front of your spouses? How long have you been with your
Man, Johnny, you just said you weren't a liar.
well, I mean, luckily, my wife is a heavy
Yeah.
sleeper and she snores.
Oh,
So my biggest fart isn't as bad as her snores. So I'm safe. But
have you ever
I-
woken yourself with a
Wow.
fart?
You're under the bus?
oh, all the time. Scared the shit out of myself. Like someone broke into my house and shit in my living room. Oh,
Wait,
that's me.
shit in your living room?
No, I mean when you wake yourself up from a fart.
No, I have no shame. I have zero shame.
Does
like-
she?
Like literally, I could just be walking. Hey, just
No,
want to
let's
say
see it.
something.
Oh my
Let me
god.
clear something up real quick.
Let me
That-
clear the air.
That was it. Wasn't scheduled. Sometimes it just happens.
And that's why accidents happen like in the Target.
Yeah, but that's different. We're not talking about that. We're talking about instances like I could just be sitting on the sofa and I know it's time to just rip it. And and she'd be sitting 2 feet away from me. I'm like, you know what? Who cares? Just boom. And all she does is look at me and go, "You're gross," and then continues sitting there. Like, okay, but you seem to enjoy it in some way. Oh, because you know the old saying, you ever like when girls fart, they smell like roses.
Oh.
You know, like you hear that, like, oh, my farts never smell. Bitch, name a fart that doesn't smell. like farts smell, goddamn it. Like it doesn't matter.
So she doesn't fart in front of you?
Oh no, that happens too.
But I mean, on purpose. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got
like-
one for you.
Yeah, yeah,
Crop
it's-
dusting. She crop dust you.
It's not like that. It's more like it's the same thing. We're like, oh, what? Like it's almost like nonchalant. Hey, I'm gonna fart. I don't care. Like, you know, eye for an eye. You know, payback's a bitch. She's she's the fart version of Taken, like Liam Neeson. She's just gonna get me back no matter what. So
Good for her.
I'm gonna find you.
the
And I'm gonna
worst.
fart on you.
Just the worst. This is just disgusting. You people are disgusting, all of you. And I'm gonna go fart and pick a nose. Not my nose.
But are you gonna pee with your pants around your ankle?
You know what? That's a good point. I mean, you know what's funny? You bring that up just real quick. When I was younger, when I was probably like 5 or 6, or maybe whatever, I would just take my pants completely off. Like, you know what I'm doing? Like when I'm dropping a deuce. I mean, like just take them off.
You don't do that now?
Take your pants off. What?
Sometimes, yeah, you got to put your feet up. Didn't we talk about this before? You're putting your feet up on the natural position, but you don't even take your pants off at all. You just shit in your pants. It's fine.
That's true. This is
Boom!
true.
The mic has been dropped. Wow. That's from a couple episodes back, but that is not a lie. That is the truth. We'll be right back here on Nerds Talking in the podcast.
Taco Tuesdays with Nutso and Chuck the Rap Star. Every Tuesday on the Nerds Review Network. Grab a taco, take a seat, pop a burrito. It's gonna get deep.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking the podcast. This is our final segment of this episode. I'm here with Johnny.
Hello.
I'm here with shit, I forgot. Carlos was doing something on the screen. I was very confused for a second. Like
Right.
with his hand. I
What
don't
was
know what
that?
was going on. Yeah, what
I was
was
turning the
that?
light on my camera.
Oh, that's why I was very confused. Oh, okay. So I'm here with Johnny. I'm here with
Hello.
Carlos, Marie, and myself, Lafayette. And is Joe Biden going to die?
Someday we're all gonna die.
That is true. Death will get you no matter what.
But I'll take the over under on him lasting 4 years, man. He's not gonna make 4 years, man.
Let alone 8. I mean,
I know.
Kamala is gonna just step in and
I'm gonna say makes it all 4, but he's not gonna run a second term.
He already said he's not running a second term.
Yeah. So that's what I think he's gonna do the 4, and then he's gonna endorse Kamala, and then that's pretty much how that's gonna work. And then Don Jr. is gonna come up and like, let me run, as the cocaine shuffles out of his nose. But
that's what that was. That's how you do cocaine.
I snorted. How do you do it?
Okay. No, you're
Yeah, I snorted like that, like little.
a pound at a time.
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
I tried rubbing it in my skin. It didn't work.
Mm.
Yeah. I tried different ways of doing drugs. I try to do drugs in a whole different manner.
I thought, never mind.
No, go ahead. You can't just have a
How do
thought
you
and
do
quit
drugs?
It wasn't connecting right, so I was just gonna connect it to the boogers and you not picking your nose. But if you're doing blah 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 blah, it doesn't matter because it's totally off topic.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, don't they call
booger
cocaine
sugar,
booger sugar? So it's not off topic.
nose
is it?
candy.
Nose candy, booger sugar. I don't know. I know
You
too
were
much.
just joking, and I took it off like so seriously.
You are the worst.
I know.
Are you about to smoke, Marie?
No.
Oh, you have a lighter in your hand. Are you gonna set the place on fire?
No, okay. She wants to light the lighter like a concert because we're doing such a good job. Okay. But Joe Biden is the topic, damn it. He wants to raise your gas prices. I just want to hear Johnny's take on this because he's a Trump guy. And because you know what? We haven't had a Trump guy on here, like in the sense of
An admitted Trump guy.
an admitted Trump. Well, my mistake. We had a Trump guy, but he was neutral 24/7. And then he
Was
quit
that
the
Dennis?
show. Yes. He
You
was afraid to
know-
admit it. And,
you got to keep an open mind. Because
Listen.
Trump is really good at leading the flat Earth, but Biden's really good at the round Earth.
it's you know what? I was gonna bring. Like, have you guys? this is a good question for Johnny. Have you had anybody say on your social media not be your friend anymore because you're a Trump supporter, or you're not that type of person that posts about? You don't post that stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't post about Trump. I mean, I have friends that do, but I just get on social media to read stuff. I mean, and some people take it a little too far. Some people like I think a couple of our sergeants went down to the DC like protests and now they're
really?
being investigated. And,
wow.
Wait, what department do you work for? Like, where do you work?
Oh, you want me to just say it on the air?
Don't say it on the
mind.
air.
Just kidding.
He works for the FBI. Hey, do you work on X-Files still?
He works for Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. It's so funny when they like come in and like they'll bring in somebody and it's like, I said I was Parks and Recs and like they didn't like stop. I'm like, well, I don't think I would either. Be honest with you.
I'm Parks and Recs.
Yeah, I'm a real officer.
Yeah. Like, where's Leslie Nope?
What law did he break? He was swinging on the swings after dawn.
Yeah. No, I think it's the Trump thing's funny because like I have a lot of people that post about it on my Facebook and I had to block them because I'm like, man, you post a lot of stuff like nonstop. I mean, it's all like the conspiracy stuff. And I'm like, and they're super serious about it. And I'm like, it's a little overboard, like somebody asked recently, hey, why are you Biden voters posting about Biden? And I'm like, because we don't praise him. Like who gives a turd, I guess. Like
I blame memes. I mean, because like when someone posts like a really long article, I'm not reading that shit. But if it's like 10 lines, I'll read it. And they told me these facts or made up things, and then but either way, it's entertaining for sure.
It is. It's just again, well, I mean, you voted for Trump twice or just the one time?
Just the one time.
Nah, first time was Hillary, huh?
I didn't vote at all the first time.
Oh, you are the worst American.
I know. I guess my honorable discharge from the military just makes me a terrible American.
Just the worst. How many Afghanis did you kill? No, I just. Actually, where were you? Real quick, where were you? I know you were stationed overseas.
The only places I went to was Bosnia for my first tour, and then after 9/11, I re-enlisted, and then they sent me to Utah.
Utah.
You had to go to defend Utah, huh?
Did you
Provo? You had to.
Did you defend the Mormons? What were you doing over there?
I was guarding a weapons facility.
I figured that. No, I figured that. Yeah, but that's still like just odd. I'm re-enlisting to go fight. Go to Utah. Oh.
It was. I mean, in a way, I was glad because my family and friends were pretty stressed out about it.
Yeah,
like my grandma was super old at the time. She wouldn't have been able to handle me overseas. But then on the inside, I'm in fucking Utah, and it's cold as shit.
How long were you in Utah?
Like 10 months.
Oh, that's it. Okay. And then after that, then you're what?
I got out.
Oh, you were just done. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What do you tell people you did a tour in Utah?
I tell people the way that I told you. I'm not bragging about that shit.
So you lie. See again.
I don't lie.
Worse. Man, it's the worst. Your name even Johnny. That's what I want.
Pants back on.
I
quit
don't have
farting
pants.
on your wife.
I don't wear pants ever. This is audio. Why would I wear pants? God damn it. So I don't know. Again, Joe Biden, Carlos, it'll be dead soon. I think he'll make his term. And then, I don't know. Politics are a funny game. You can lose friends over it and make friends over it. That's for sure. That's 100%. I bet a guy $100 about the election. He still won't pay me
because
he thinks it was fixed or some shit.
No, because March 6th is still coming, and he's hanging on to hope.
Right, QAnon,
some crazy QAnon thing. I don't know.
Yeah, March 6th.
I mean, you're a Trump guy. How's your QAnon membership? Is it? Did it expire?
I don't even know what that means.
Did
I vote for that? Was that part of the deal?
Yeah. When you voted, yeah. Also, the QAnon was the VP vote. That was weird. It's all weird stuff. So, but that's all we got this week. So, Marie, you got anything extra for me?
No.
Yeah.
Have a good week. Have a good Valentine's Day. My birthday's on Monday.
Okay.
How old are you going to be?
Yeah. What's your age?
Old enough
Old enough for what?
to be on the podcast.
That's 44.
Oh wow, 43. Yeah, that is the cutoff. Wow, you made it. Wow, yeah, congratulations. 50's right around the corner. There you go. So thanks for tuning in, everybody, to Nerds Talking the Podcast. Carlos, Johnny, Marie, myself, Lafayette.
Bye-bye.
We will see you guys next time. Johnny, say bye. Everyone else said it.
Bye.
Thank you. Say it in your native tongue.
I hate your face.
That's it. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Nerds Talking the Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in this week, Nerd Talking the Podcast. I hope you enjoyed the show. Johnny's a very, very fun character. I like Johnny because he's an officer of the law, but he also drives a Toyota Camry, and that's his dream car. And then he also, did he say that he's a QAnon guy? I didn't really catch that. I don't think he is, but let's just say he is just for the time being because it's more entertaining. And then, of course, Marie came back, and we thank her for coming back on the show. So thanks for tuning in to Nerds Talking the Podcast, everybody. Have yourself a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time right here on Nerds Talking.
Nerds Talking, brand new episodes every Friday on Nerd Reviews Network. Subscribe and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out. Ka-chow.